9 reasons why more travelers than ever are being denied boarding in 2025. Picture this: you're fully packed. You're standing in line at the gate, just seconds away from starting that long-awaited trip. And then suddenly, your name is called, but not to board. Instead, you're pulled aside and quietly told, you're not getting on the plane. Sounds unreal, right? But it's happening more than ever in 2025. And here's the shocking part: it's not just new travelers making rookie mistakes. Even frequent flyers, people who travel all the time. We're breaking down 9 real reasons travelers just like you are being stopped right at the gate. Some reasons are obvious, others will seriously surprise you. I'll explain exactly how you can avoid every single one. Make sure you stay till the end for reason number 9. Alright. Your luggage is gone. You're standing at the gate, boarding about to start. And out of nowhere, an airline agent pulls you aside and says, you can't fly. Not because your passport is expired. Not because your ticket is invalid. To be serious, a small tear, a water stain, a peeling corner, even slight wear on the photo page can be enough. Because if they let you fly and immigration rejects you, the airline has to pay to fly you back. So instead of taking that risk, they stop you before you ever step on the plane. What counts as damage? Before your trip, check your passport carefully. Flip through every page. Hold it up to the light. If anything looks off, replace it early. Because a damaged passport can ruin your entire trip before it even starts. Reason number 2. Your passport doesn't meet the minimum validity requirement. This one catches a lot of experienced travelers off guard. Let's say your passport has 4 months left. That feels like plenty of time, right? Wrong. Many countries require your passport to be valid for at least 6 months after your arrival date, not your return date, not your departure date, your arrival date. If you don't meet that requirement, you won't be allowed to board, no exceptions. Your ticket can be valid. Your hotel can be booked. You can have travel history. None of that matters. If your passport is too close to expiring, you're staying at the airport. Why do countries do this? It's to prevent travelers from overstaying or getting stuck without. And airlines refuse to take the risk. To stay safe, renew your passport if it has less than 9 months left before an international trip. That buffer saves people all the time. A passport that's technically valid doesn't always mean you're cleared to fly. And many travelers only learn this the hard way. Reason number 3. Your name doesn't match exactly on your ticket, an ID, everything looks perfect. You booked the flight. You got the confirmation email. You arrive at the airport feeling confident. And then suddenly, you're denied boarding. Why? Because your name doesn't match exactly between your ticket and your passport or government ID. Maybe it was a small typo. Maybe you used a nickname. Maybe one letter in your last name is different. Unfortunately, none of that matters anymore. Airline systems are getting stricter, and even the smallest mismatch can trigger a stop. For example, your passport says Jonathan, but your ticket says John. Or your middle name appears on one document but not the other. That tiny detail can completely derail your trip, especially on international flights. The fix: always book your flight using the exact name printed on your ID. Not close enough. Not shortened. Not how you usually spell it. And before confirming, double check every letter. If you spot a mistake, contact the airline immediately. Most will fix it for free or a small fee, but only if you act early. Reason number 4. Missing or invalid visa for your destination. This one hurts because many travelers don't even realize they made a mistake. You've planned everything. You've packed. You've booked hotels. You've triple-checked your passport. But what you didn't confirm is whether you actually need a visa. Some countries require visas, even for short tourist visits. Others have different rules depending on your nationality. And sometimes, even transit stops require special visas. If your visa is missing, expired, or the wrong type, the airline can deny you boarding on the spot. It doesn't matter how far you traveled to reach the airport. No visa means no flight. Always verify visa requirements before booking international travel. Don't trust blogs or friends. Go straight to the official embassy or immigration website. Some visas are quick online forms. Others take weeks. Either way, leaving it to chance is a guaranteed way to get turned around at the gate. Reason number 5. The airline thinks you're too sick to fly. This one surprises a lot of people. You might feel okay, maybe a mild cough. Maybe you're just tired. But if you look visibly unwell, coughing a lot, struggling to breathe, looking weak, airline staff can deny you boarding for medical reasons. Airlines are responsible for passenger safety. If they believe you're contagious or could need medical help mid-flight, they can stop you from flying. This became common during the pandemic, but it's still happening today, even for colds or flu-like symptoms. Sometimes another passenger reports it. Sometimes the crew notices. Either way, the decision is theirs. If you're not feeling 100%, take precautions. Wear a mask. Stay hydrated. Try not to appear visibly ill. And if you have a non-contagious condition that affects your appearance, carrying a doctor's note can help. Because even if you know you're fine, if the airline disagrees, you're grounded. Reason number 6. You're intoxicated or under the influence. This sounds obvious, but it happens way more than you'd think. Especially on early flights, long-haul trips, or nervous travelers having just one more drink. Airlines have zero tolerance for intoxicated passengers. If you smell strongly of alcohol, slur your words, or act even slightly erratic, you can be denied boarding immediately. It doesn't matter if you're harmless. It doesn't matter if you're just tired. If there's any concern you might become disruptive or sick on board, they won't take the risk. And here's the worst part: you can't argue your way out of it. Once you're denied for intoxication, the decision is final. You may lose your refund or even get banned from the airline. So be smart. Celebrate after you land. Missing a flight because of one extra drink is an expensive mistake. Reason number 7. You were denied because of body odor. Yes, this is real. Airlines can deny boarding if a passenger has strong or offensive body odor. It falls under disruptive or offensive behavior. If other passengers complain or a gate agent notices the issue, they can stop you from boarding. Sometimes it's hygiene. Other times it's sweat from long connections, spilled food, dirty clothes, or simply not freshening up. Whatever the cause, if it's likely to make the flight uncomfortable for others, the airline can step in. The fix is simple. Be self-aware. If you've been traveling all day, take a few minutes to freshen up. Carry deodorant, wipes, breath mints, or even a clean shirt in your carry-on. It might sound small, but it could literally decide whether you get on that plane. Reason number 8. You misunderstood visa arrival rules. A lot of travelers get caught here. Some countries offer visas on arrival, but that doesn't mean zero preparation. Many still require things before boarding, like passport photos, cash in local currency, proof of accommodation, return tickets, or even online pre-registration. If you can't show these documents at check-in or boarding, the airline can deny you. Again, because if immigration rejects you, the airline pays the price. So never assume visa on arrival means no effort. Read the requirements carefully. Bring everything listed. Missing just one detail can end your trip right at the gate. Before we get to the final reason, quick thank you for sticking with me. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss future tips. And if you want a personal shout out, comment airport tips and tricks along with your dream destination. I'll make sure to thank you personally. Alright. Final reason, and trust me, this one shocks even smart travelers. Reason number 9. You were denied because of your social media. Yes. This actually happens. In some cases, airlines or border authorities may review a passenger's social media, especially if something raises a red flag. Maybe it's a one-way ticket. Maybe you paid cash. Maybe your name matches someone else. And if they find something concerning, jokes about security, customs, smuggling, or aggressive rants, you could be questioned or even denied boarding. It doesn't have to be recent. Sometimes it's an old post or meme from years ago that suddenly doesn't look funny anymore. So remember this: airports don't joke around. And when it comes to flying, what you post online can have real-world consequences. One careless post could cost you your entire trip.